it's this time of day, and it is Thursday morning, and that means time to talk to our friend Doug Wells, General Manager of Ray Catena, Mercedes-Benz and Edison. Good morning, Doug.
Good morning. How are you?
All righty. Okay, got to know, what are you driving right now?
I am driving a 2019 GLS 450. The car is magnificent. People want to be able to put 7 passengers in a car. They don't want to drive a big boat. They want safety. They want great fuel economy. They want a really good-looking truck. The new GLS is definitely the way to go.
Cool. Yeah. I love this. You get to drive, up the lot. I want to grow up to be you. I just decided that. So there you go. All right.
I appreciate it.
Let's talk some football. Week 4. And, tell me some of your picks. You know your stuff with this.
The picks are going to be a little interesting this week. I think the Cowboy-Lion game is going to be an interesting game, but they're playing in Dallas, so I like the Cowboys.
Really?
Even though the Lions really they pulled up they racked up New England.
Yeah, and that says something right there.
Oh, 100%. I think the Eagles are going to blow away the Titans.
Yeah, they're obviously due after last week.
Yeah, I just think that's going to be a big game. I think one of the closest games of the week is going to be the Buccaneers and the Bears.
Really?
I think that's going to be 2 defenses that are really going to go head to head. And I also like for an interesting game is going to be the Vikings and the Rams.
Yes. Always is. And who do you like there?
I'm still going with the Rams. I just think the Rams are going to be one of those teams that are going to be in the top 4 and have the ability to be in the Super Bowl.
Right. And
they just got to stay healthy.
And I also like them because they finally went back to those old helmets with the white instead of the gold for the horns. I like that better. But anyway.
I do like that.
Yeah. What about...
An interesting game is going to be the Dolphins and the Patriots. They're playing in New England. The Dolphins are 3-0.
Right.
If they win this game, that changes the whole outlook for that division.
I think that's a very big if, though.
Correct. Do I think New England's going to allow them to come up there and win? No. I think they're going to, I think after losing to Detroit, they had a little conversation.
Yeah, a good way of putting it, yeah.
And I think they're going to come back strong. And New England, they got to wait. I think week 5 is when they start getting back some of their players.
Right.
They had some injuries. They had, somebody, one of their key players that helps change the direction of the offense was suspended for the first, 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he comes back in week 5, and then I think that's going to give New England an opportunity to step it up. But they really. So it's a must-win for them.
Yeah, it is. And you're right. Bill Belichick over the last week, let's put it this way, he wasn't his normal sunshiny, happy-go-lucky self, I'm sure.
No, not at all. I mean,
and that's saying something.
And believe it or not, I have people that I know that know him and friends with him. He happens to be, when you're out at a restaurant, right, they say he's probably one of the funniest people you'll ever meet.
I've heard that. I had a sports radio show back in the 80s, and he was then one of the Giants coaches, and he was just very, very quiet. I don't think I ever had a conversation with him. So, what? I lost you. Can you get him right back, please? We lost Doug. Doug, where are you? Where have you gone? I was just going to ask him about my Giants and the Jets also. We will get him right back. Technical glitches. Okay, he is back.
Right,
Doug.
I'm here.
Yeah, I was going to say, was it was it my breath or what? Yeah.
No. When you're in the car and you get an incoming call and you try and get rid of it, unfortunately, it ends up wiping out everybody.
Yep, I've been there, done that. How about our let's talk about our area teams, the New York teams.
I like the Giants. I think the Giants showed something, and as I said earlier this week, I think with the new coach, new team, trying to get everybody in the comfort zone, that they're just starting to step it up and they're starting to feel more comfortable.
Yeah, I think Odell is going to have a great year, and I think more and more as Barkley gets more and more comfortable he's going to just be unconscious. That's and I think also Eli is far from over. So.
Oh, I agree. I think Eli's. I mean, he threw some pretty great throws last week.
Yep.
Clutch throws that really, did a hell of a job. I do like the Jets against the Jaguars.
Really? Okay.
It's just call it a hunch. I don't know why. I just think that the Jets, the Jets have the tools. It's just a matter of making them all work. If they get into a rhythm, I just like that team over the Jaguars.
Yeah, and again, another, they have a new star there, and I think Darnold's going to, I think he's going to live up to the hype. I really do. I mean,
And I think, and if they can stop the run, which I think they have the ability to do, I think they're going to be able to stay. They'll be able to make the deciding points at the end of the game.
Cool. By the way, forgetting about the scientific looking at it, just as a fan, what's your team?
Well, the funny part about it is I grew up as a kid as a Dolphin fan, and everyone goes, "How'd you become a Dolphin fan?"
How'd you become a Dolphin fan? Yeah.
Well, back in I think it was 1970. I think Dallas was playing Miami in the Super Bowl.
Right.
And my father said to me, "You want to bet $1 on the game?" I said, "Okay." I was a young kid, and so he says he had Dallas and I had Miami. Of course, Miami lost that game, and I lost $1. But that's how the Dolphins became my team, and they went undefeated in I think in '72.
Right.
I was a big Larry Zonka fan, Bob Greasy, the whole crew. I was with the team, loved it with Dan Marino. I was in Jacksonville for Dan Marino's last game. It was a playoff game where they got smoked by Jacksonville, and it was a sad game to be at because Dan, it didn't look like he could even throw the ball, and that was a guy that, when it came to being a quarterback and a gentleman, he was a great player. You always wanted to see him get the ring, but there's an example of you got all these great people that have all the talent in the world, but to get to the show and finally win the show, it's not so easy.
That's very, very true. By the way, I was a Zonka fan when he was a Giant until one game against the Eagles where I was like 10 rows back behind that goal line, and I'm talking about the famous fumble. So,
Yep.
I was there. I mean, I've never seen 60,000 people say, "oh, bleep," at the same time. And that's what happened. It was amazing. But anyway, this is great. Doug, thank you so much. Everybody, get your picks in before the start of tonight's game, because after that, it's too late. Just go to WCTCAM.com. You'll see WCTC's Pro Football Pick'em Challenge. And Doug Wells, General Manager at Ray Catena Mercedes-Benz in Edison. Thank you so much, and let's see how our picks do.
You got it. Thank you.